Hi, everybody, and welcome to peaceful, bucolic Pheasant Creek in Sugar Land, Texas, and welcome to the baseball season on VypeFortBend.com. I'm Roger Smith, happy to be with you, and we're bringing you tournament action with loud music to go with it as we have the Austin Bulldogs hosting the Westside Wolves in the Fort Bend ISD tournament. We're so glad you're with us. This VypeFortBend.com presentation of Fort Bend County Baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. With the X1 Sports app, get up-to-the-minute scores, stats, and standings right on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1. And by First Tire and Automotive. Make sure your vehicles are in shape for the winter. First Tire and Automotive has locations in First Colony, Greatwood, Katy Cinco Ranch, and on Eldridge Road in Sugar Land. All four of them are open on Saturdays. For the best prices on tires, go to firsttireandauto.com. And we also thank the team at Office Depot in Sugar Land for their assist. Office Depot, Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace, helps our team at VypeFortBend.com take care of business every day as we bring you Fort Bend County sports every week. Well, folks, it's time for the Batter Up Show leading up to our game between the Austin Bulldogs and the Westside Wolves. We'll be right back after this.
Gary Horn of HornSolutions.net on the most important factors in starting a business.
Number one, where will you get the necessary capital? 2, you will probably not make money for some period of time. Prepare a conservative model of expected cost and revenues. 3, are you willing to work long hours for no pay and make sure all employees are paid?
For more free career and job search advice, log on to getagreatgig.com.
Hello, I'm Gary Horn, CEO of Horn Solutions. Our team of experienced accounting, finance, and IT professionals have delivered solutions to Houston businesses for over 3 decades. Our project group provides services ranging from assisting with mergers, acquisitions, and integrations to interim staffing. Our executive search group provides full-time placements for accounting, finance, and IT positions. Let Horn Solutions help you meet the challenges your company faces. Visit hornsolutions.net.
Welcome to the Batter Up Show, and it's our very first baseball Batter Up Show of the season. After all that basketball, we're ready to have some. Welcome to the Batter Up Show, and it's our very first baseball Batter Up Show of the season. After all that basketball, we're ready to have some baseball. It's the Austin Bulldogs hosting the Westside Wolves in a tournament game here. And it's a time to talk to Mike Barrow, head coach of the Wolves. And first of all, I want to say thank you for at least pretending to remember that I've interviewed you before.
Absolutely, brother. I know who you are. We've been around each other enough.
Well, first of all, let's talk about the history between these two teams. And, I had said I was never gonna bring this up again, but I will. There was a tournament game in Katy, and I guess it was 3 years ago, although it might have been 4, where you were the head coach of the Wolves and Coach Tucker was the assistant to Randy Ursery, and you ended up coming out and saying something to the umpire about that guy being Coach Tucker. What do you remember about this situation?
I just know Coach Tucker's very influential. He's a good-looking dude, and he's a smooth talker, and, he talked the umpire into a call. And at the end of the day, I'm going to give Tucker a hard time about it because him and I are pretty good friends. So it's always good to hook up with him, man. It's always good to coach against buddies that you kind of grown up through the coaching ranks with, and y'all been, freshman coach, JV coach, now you're varsity head coaches. He does a great job with his program over here, and I'm just proud to call him a friend. He's a great dude, great guy, does great by his kids, and just always fun when we get a chance to hook up.
Well, I feel the same way. I was very, very happy that he got the head coaching position, and I would have been upset if he had not gotten it. It would have been a travesty. But has he come to you and maybe talked about some of the things? I mean, I know he had a coach, Randy Ursery, to kind of learn under him, but did he come to you for any possible tips for being a head coach?
The only thing he asked me is, I mean, I haven't been, well, this is my 10th year as a head coach, so I had a chance to learn from Emmerich Jagno for a while, and then I was out of Katy for a while and learned from, the legendary Tom McPherson.
That guy. That other guy.
Yeah. No, Tucker, when he got the job, I mean, I called him as soon as I found out he got the job because, it's awesome when you got a guy that you've known for a while that's been an assistant that gets a chance to move up in the same school. He coached with Randy for a long time, and Randy's a great coach and did such a great job here. And I talked to him and congratulated him, was very proud of him, just as a friend and a brother, just excited that he got the job. And he asked me what he should do, and I said, just make it yours, man. Like, whatever you do, you can't control what the district gives you, you can't control what the parents give you, but come out here and make it yours, make some sort of change to where it's yours and the kids can buy into it. And sometimes that has to happen when an assistant moves up in the same program to be the head coach, because being an assistant's a different mentality than being the head coach, and naturally the kids are going to respect you because you're the head coach. But Tucker's done a great job, man. He's a good dude. He's a good baseball guy. Both of our sons are the same age and they compete against each other, so it's just fun to come out here and get a chance to play against him.
And speaking of yours, let's talk about your team and his. Very similar outcomes, I think, through this first few weeks of the season and all the interruptions. You've basically broken even. What is your team doing well right now that you like, and what are some of the things you got to do better?
Well, right now we're competing. I wouldn't say we're where we need to be right now, but we're definitely making strides in the right direction. We compete hard. We're young again. We've only got 2 seniors out there. So we've got a bunch of juniors. We've got quite a few sophomores starting and a freshman.
I noticed there are a couple of freshmen, so one of the freshmen will start?
Yeah, we got a freshman starting. But we don't have anything overpowering. We just got to play hard, and that's what we do. That's what myself and my coaching staff. That's what we preach: is just come out and play as hard as you can. Can't focus on the other team. You can only focus on you. Focus on what you're going to do. With young guys, you're going to fail a lot. So we've been dealing a lot with teaching them how to handle failure, because that's part of baseball. It's part of life as well. You got to be able to handle failure in the right way, so you don't completely go down the tank, and you don't want to stay too high or too low ever. You kind of just want to be even keel. And when you got youngsters, it's hard to teach them that sometimes. So we're kind of taking some lumps right now, but we've played some really good teams, man. I mean, we've played Tompkins and Ridgepoint and Katy and Seven Lakes, Cinco. I mean, we've played some monster teams, and our guys haven't backed down. We're not as good as those guys yet, but we'll be there. When we need to be there, we'll be there. We usually are.
All right, great to visit with Mike Barrow, head coach of the Westside Wolves. Maybe one of these years we'll see you not just in tournament play, but along the playoff road. That'll be fun.
That would be awesome. Absolutely, 100%.
All right, we'll be back, and Jim Tucker will bring us rebuttal after we have that visit with Mike Barrow. And welcome in. It's VypeFortBend.com.
Right, brother.
It's great to shake hands with all these folks again. We'll be back with more on the Batter Up Show.
First Tire and Automotive has been putting your health and your car safety first for over 20 years. First Tire and Automotive stands for family, integrity, reliability, service, and trust. That's why Fort Bend families know take your vehicle to First Tire and Automotive first and forever. Check out the website for service and savings at firsttireandauto.com. Make your appointment today. With 4 great locations, Eldridge, First Colony, Greatwood, and now in Cinco Ranch, there is one around the corner from you. All 4 stores now open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
Welcome to the Batter Up Show, the very first baseball game that we're doing on VypeFortBend.com after a long basketball season. And speaking of a long wait, Jim Tucker was waiting forever to be the head coach of Austin baseball. He got to get the season rolling a little bit. I don't know, how many games did you play last year before everything was shut down?
We ended up getting 10 games. 10 games. We were 5-4-1, and actually this is the tournament, and I believe the day when everything got shut down. So it's been a long time.
And what a coincidence! I looked at Game Changer today, and you've played 10 games, and you're 5-5. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. That's correct. We've played a pretty tough preseason schedule, and we do it for a reason, so that when we get into district and our district's tough opponents, and so we prepare ourselves with a tough schedule at the beginning and see what we got and where we're at when we get into district play.
Well, your team has come around these last few games. I noticed they've won 4 out of their last 6, and the runs that you've scored per game have been going up. And other than that 10-run game against, I believe it was Katy, other than that, in the last half dozen games, your pitchers have been holding things under control. So what's been going well for your team?
It's just consistency. That's what we're battling right now. And I think with, the freeze and losing scrimmages, we're just finally coming around to being the team that I think we can be and just being consistent. We throw a lot of strikes. We play really good defense, and we're starting to come around at the plate and have competitive at-bats and have productive outs everywhere. So we're starting to get better on all facets of the game. We've still got a lot of room to go, but we're getting there.
Who's going to pitch for you in tonight's game against Westside?
Tonight we got junior Ryan Dugas on the mound. He's done a great job so far. This will be his 3rd start in tournament play. He's fighting for our number 1 spot right now, and we're going to see how he does tonight.
And I guess when he does pitch, you go ahead and let him hit, because I noticed he hit a home run recently.
He did. It was actually, I'm pretty sure it was an inside the park home run, but a home run's a home run. And, he hits in the 2-hole for us and does a really good job.
All right. Thanks very much. And like I said, a long time ago, I'm very happy that you got this job. You really deserved it, and hope that Coach Randy Ursery, the former coach, will be listening in some ski lodge somewhere. He's still up in Montana, right?
Absolutely. I owe a lot of this to him. He's a great friend, first of all, a great man, and a great mentor for me my entire career. And we actually named the field after him, and so it'll be our first home game this year on Randy Ursery Field.
Well, that's great. I didn't even know that. I'm kind of ashamed that I did not know that. But, it's very appropriate, no doubt about it. Thanks very much, Coach Tucker, and good luck today against Westside. And we'll be seeing you around at other ballparks in addition to Randy Ursery Field.
Thanks for coming, Roger. Appreciate it.
All right. We'll be back with the starting lineups on VypeFortBend.com. It's Austin and Westside, the Bulldogs and the Wolves. We'll be back.
From the Three Musketeers to the tricycle, you've experienced the power of 3, but never like this. Because now with Xfinity Internet, you can also save on wireless and streaming. Get internet that's packed with power and up to $300 in savings with Xfinity Mobile. Plus, stream your favorites with a Flex 4K box and Peacock Premium, included at no extra cost. It's 3 ways to get more and save more, starting with Xfinity Internet. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement and add a free Flex 4K streaming box. Plus, save hundreds a year on your wireless bill when you add Xfinity Mobile. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 3/31/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Wireless savings compares to averages of top providers. Xfinity Internet required. Peacock membership required.
All of us love sports, but not all sports are created equal. College sports have big budgets, dedicated alumni networks, and corporate sponsorships. Professional sports have even deeper pockets, millionaire owners, lucrative TV and radio deals, and merchandise sales. High school sports have you. Everyone agrees high school sports give us plenty of reasons to cheer. And now's a great time for us to give back. Supporting your hometown high school won't cost you much, but it will go a long way to ensuring the games we love the most are here to stay. Texas high school sports. They're good for our kids, good for our community, and best of all, they're good for you.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
All right, let's play baseball. We're just in time for the first pitch as Hector Rodriguez leads off for Westside. On the mound for your Bulldogs is Ryan Dugas, and the first pitch by the left-hander is fouled back over the screen. It's a cloudy evening here in peaceful, bucolic Pheasant Creek. Roger Smith with you on VypeFortBend.com, our first baseball broadcast of 2021. Dugas taking his time, winds up and brings the 0-1. It's just missing the outside corner. And we didn't have time to give you the starting lineup, so I'll give them to you as soon as Hector Rodriguez puts the ball in play or is retired. Next pitch is a line drive toward center field, and it's going to drop in front of Ryan Branch, the center fielder for your Austin Bulldogs. And Hector Rodriguez starts things out the way that the Westside Wolves wanted him
center
to,
fielder,
with a single.
Number 9, Michael
So
Fisk.
for Westside, Hector Rodriguez plays shortstop. Batting second, it's Michael Fisk. Gabriel Rodriguez is the catcher. You've got Ike Rodriguez. He's the designated hitter, batting in place of the right fielder Trace Mobley. Then batting fifth, it's Cooper Langford, the first baseman, and Cody Gibson is pitching and batting sixth for Westside. Dugas looking over there at the runner and delivers the first pitch high and outside to Michael Fisk. The rest of the lineup, number 7 batter is Cade Langford, who plays second base. I thought he played second base. Actually, Cade Langford plays second base. Cooper Langford plays first. Jacob Murillo, the third baseman, as the next pitch catches the outside corner in the count even 1-1. And Peter Smith in left field for Westside. He's no relation to me, as far as I know. We have a pretty strong wind blowing in from left center tonight. Hector Rodriguez takes his lead, and that pitch just misses the inside corner in the count 2-1. The Austin Bulldogs come into this game with a record of 5-5. They, like nearly every other team in Texas, have not had a chance to play as many games as they had hoped. Here's the 2-1 to Fisk, and it's high in the air to center field. Branch comes in first, but then drifts back and makes the play with two hands, gets it back in, one away. And Hector Rodriguez has to return.
The catcher, number 2.
Wow, I thought somebody
Gabriel
fell down
Rodriguez.
or something. Anyway, sorry. When something happens in the stands and you're afraid maybe somebody got hurt, you just kind of turn around and, out of a sense of humanity. Anyway, Michael Fisk retired, and now it's Gabriel Rodriguez. There's the pitch, high and away to Gabriel Rodriguez. In baseball language, retired means you were put out. So that's what that means. Were those of you scoring at home or taking a course? So there are a lot of players in the lineup for Westside named Rodriguez, and Gabriel's one of them. He takes another pitch, high and away, and they count 2-0. You've got 2 Rodriguez's and 2 Langfords. Dugas comes set. The left-hander looking back and forth between first base and home and delivers a pitch low. He falls behind 3-0 on Gabriel Rodriguez. We don't have complete records on the pitchers or the hitters in this game, as there's a take all the way. Gabriel Rodriguez taking a strike, and it's 3-1. Ryan Dugas at the belt, comes set, brings the 3-1, and that's high in the air, short left field. Coming on hard is McGoldrick over near the line, and he catches it in fair territory for the second out. Now it's Ike Rodriguez, the designated hitter.
Number 28.
Okay, so you
Ike
have,
Rodriguez.
I said there were 2 Rodriguezes in the lineup. There are actually 3 Rodriguezes and 2 Langfords. And then you've got a Smith and a Fisk, a Mobley in right field, and a Gibson on the mound. Quick snap throw over to first base, and it bounces in front of Austin's first baseman. He's the only guy whose name I did not write down. Mark Sherman. And shame on me, because his dad is doing the PA announcing, and he's saying a lot of nice things about VypeFortBend.com. Here's the pitch, 3-2, swung on and missed, and a throw down on the steal attempt, and the throw tails away over to the third base side of the bag. It's backed up nicely by the shortstop Benjamin, but it's a stolen base for Hector Rodriguez. That was actually just the first strike on Ike. And, well, you know, this is tournament baseball where you're trying to figure some things out about your team. And when you're an announcer and you've been doing nothing but basketball since the middle of December, then, well, it's easy to make a mistake. So that was the first pitch to Ike, and he's down 0-1, but he does have a runner in scoring position with 2 away. The left-hander Dugas brings it. Swing and a miss at the high heat, and it's 0-2. Dugas was the losing pitcher in a 6-1 loss last Friday against Katy. He pitched 3 innings, threw 79 pitches. 54% of them were strikes, gave up 5 hits and 5 runs, all of them earned. Struck out 3 and walked 3. And he steps off, and Rodriguez goes back to second base. Dugas looks back at second. Pretty big lead out there by Hector, and a pitch fouled away, and it flies over the light standard and bounces once, almost reaches the tennis courts. By the way, they repainted the outfield fence here at Austin. It looks great, but they took the numbers off. And I don't know how far the fence is, except I do know that in one gap, I think it's the right center field gap, it's 361. I remember it because it's the Corpus Christi area code. The 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Dugas gets the strikeout to strand the only runner that he allowed. And we'll go to the bottom of the first inning, and the Austin Bulldogs will be coming up to bat. This is VypeFortBend.com.
Bulldog press box sponsor, John.
From the Three Musketeers to the tricycle, you've experienced the power of 3, but never like this. Because now with Xfinity Internet, you can also save on wireless and streaming. Get internet that's packed with power and up to $300 in savings with Xfinity Mobile. Plus, stream your favorites with the Flex 4K box and Peacock Premium, included at no extra cost. It's 3 ways to get more and save more, starting with Xfinity Internet. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement and add a free Flex 4K streaming box. Plus, save hundreds a year on your wireless bill when you add Xfinity Mobile. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 3/31/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Wireless savings compares to averages of top providers. Xfinity Internet required. Peacock membership required.
You are the master of the multitask. And we mean everything. We take care of you, so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max. Taking care of business.
Shortstop, number 13.
All right, here we go, Bulldogs.
Benjamin.
First look at the Bulldogs with bats in their hand. Nickwan Benjamin is the leadoff man. He's a shortstop. Ryan Dugas will bat second. He's the pitcher, and the third baseman Harrison Golden will bat third, as the first pitch is a dribbler fouled off to the right by Nickwan Benjamin. Here's the pitch, and it's grounded, this time foul on the left side. Cody Gibson, the pitcher, on the mound for the Westside Wolves, and he's a right-hander. And the pitch sails away, misses the outside corner. One and two the count on Nickwan Benjamin. And that just missed his left elbow inside to even the count 2-2. Here's the 2-2. Benjamin swings and sprays it over on the right side. The Austin offense in 5 March games has really picked up the number of runs they score each time out. Here's the pitch. Benjamin swings and misses at the high heat and goes down, 1 away.
The pitcher, number 15, Ryan Dugas.
Now it's Ryan Dugas, who may or may not like Leonard Skinner. I do know he's a left-handed hitter. So righty bringing it to lefty. Setting up outside is the catcher, Gabriel Rodriguez, and that pitch catches the outside corner. 0-1 on Ryan Dugas. He has the only home run of March for these Austin Bulldogs. Lets one go by high for ball 1. Ryan homered a solo shot against Cy Springs. That was on Friday. Gibson rocks and brings it. High pop up on the infield. Coming in is the first baseman, Langford. And it's actually going to be Gibson going to catch it in foul ground to the right of home plate.
Third baseman, number 11,
So that's
Harrison
sort of that FPU
Golden.
for foul pop-up by the pitcher. And evidently Harrison Golden, a big Guns N' Roses fan. Harrison 2 for 4 with a double and an RBI Saturday against Huntsville, and the first pitch drills him on the left shoulder blade. And with 2 outs, the Dogs have a base runner. So Harrison Golden's going to shake that off. Goes to
Right
first
fielder,
base on the hit
number
by
7,
pitch.
Logan Witt.
Logan Witt, the right fielder. And we'll see if Harrison Golden wants to steal second. Umpire says, cut the music. Here's the first pitch. Off the end of the bat, fouled to the screen. And the count 0-1 on Logan Witt. So these Dogs averaging 5.2 runs per game in the 10 games they've played, and they are allowing 5.4. But in the last 6 games, they've averaged 7 runs scored and only allowed right at the season average of 5. And they are 2-0 in one-run games. We'll see if that comes into play later as Gibson makes a throw over. But easily getting back in is Golden. Dogs wearing all white uniforms, white caps when they're in the field, white batting helmets when they're swinging the sticks. And here comes the 0-1 off the end of the bat, tailing it a foul ground down the right field line. Fielders giving chase, but no way to get to that one. And the count will be 0-2. The Westside Wolves wearing the white pants with the black jersey tops, royal blue, numerals and letters trimmed in white, and the black caps with the big white W on the front. Long look in by Gibson. And he throws over to first. Another dive back in by Golden. Got some rain last night when we called the softball game between Kempner and Fulshear. That was a 9-1 win for the visiting Fulshear Chargers. And now they've got Harrison Golden hung up, throw down to second, and he is safe. He slid under the tag. He had taken off a little bit too early, and the throw went to first base, and I think that is the correct call as the first baseman Langford threw to Rodriguez, and he made the tag at about knee level, you know, as if someone was standing up. The base runner doesn't levitate into the base. You got to get down. So he's in scoring position, 0-2. Witt ready, and it's a ground ball toward short. Rodriguez grabs it, double clutches, fires across. Low throw, but Langford digs it out. And that'll do it for the Dogs in inning number 1. We have no score, and we'll be back in peaceful bucolic Pheasant Creek and bring you more of Fort Bend, VypeFortBend.com baseball.
GetAGreatGig.com presents Gary Horn of HornSolutions.net on the most important factors in starting a business.
Number 1, where will you get the necessary capital? 2, you will probably not make money for some period of time. Prepare a conservative model of expected cost and revenues. 3, are you willing to work long hours for no pay and make sure all employees are paid?
For more free career and job search advice, log on to GetAGreatGig.com.
Hello, I'm Gary Horn, CEO of Horn Solutions. Our team of experienced accounting, finance, and IT professionals have delivered solutions to Houston businesses for over 3 decades. Our project group provides services ranging from assisting with mergers, acquisitions, and integrations to interim staffing. Our executive search group provides full-time placements for accounting, finance, and IT positions. Let Horn Solutions help you meet the challenges your company faces. Visit hornsolutions.net.
Welcome back to Thursday Night Baseball, and I have to confess that for some reason it feels like Thursday to me. I got to go to work tomorrow, although it's one of those work days where I don't leave the house.
Leading off for Westside.
Your Austin Bulldogs back out in the field, and it's time for Westside to send up their number 5 hitter, Cooper Langford, to be followed by Cody Gibson and Cade Langford. First pitch swung on and fouled over to the right. Ryan Dugas on the mound. He's a junior. Hits and bats lefty. And there's a chopper to the right side. It's Mark Sherman going to the bag to make the play. One away.
The pitcher, number 23.
Don't be alarmed.
Cody
Everything's okay.
Gibson.
So after giving up a base hit to the first guy that he faced, Hector Rodriguez, it's now 4 straight retired by Ryan Dugas. Brings the first pitch to Cody Gibson. It's fouled over to the right. All right, 0-1 the count. Dugas rocks and brings it. The curveball is in there for a strike. Here at Austin, you can see the grass, which used to be a perfect green. It's kind of showing the wear and tear of the snowmageddon we had. The third pitch to Gibson was outside, and the count 1-2, and now Eros De Siga, the catcher for the Austin Bulldogs, evidently has something in his eye. We do have some swirling wind, and the dirt is pretty dry. And I say that with his mom right by me. Here's a pitch. Curveball just missed the outside corner. In the count 2-2 on Cody Gibson. Lefty bringing it to righty. De Siga sets up on the outside corner. There's a fastball, and he just got a piece of it and fouled it back. Still 2-2. The wind has shifted. It seems to be coming in from right center now, if not straight away from right field. Gibson rests the bat on his shoulder and wants time. When you think about it, hey, we all want time. We want more time. We want time to ourselves. We want downtime. Here's a pitch just high, and the count runs full. Gibson with the bat poised, looks at the 3-2 pitch, and it catches the inside corner. He caught him looking. And that's out number 2.
Second baseman.
Second strikeout for Ryan Dugas.
Langford.
Now Cade Langford, the second baseman. Another right-handed hitter. Deep crouch, ready for Dugas' first pitch, and he rips at it and fouls it straight back. Not a big crowd out here at Austin tonight, and there's a reason. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, another one fouled straight back in the same direction. The principal at Austin High School, Dr. Rizvan Kadri, announced that he's moving on. So they're having a parade for him, and a lot of Austin students are over in the parking lot showing him the honor that he deserves. And there's a ground ball to second base. Watts to Mark Sherman. And that'll do it for Westside. 3 up and 3 down here in the second inning. We're still scoreless from peaceful bucolic Pheasant Creek. And the Austin Bulldogs coming up to bat in the bottom of the second when we return on VypeFortBend.com.
First Tire and Automotive has been putting your health and your car safety first for over 20 years. First Tire and Automotive stands for family, integrity, reliability, service, and trust. That's why Fort Bend families know take your vehicle to First Tire and Automotive first and forever. Check out the website for service and savings at firsttireandauto.com. Make your appointment today. With 4 great locations, Eldridge, First Colony, Greatwood, and now in Cinco Ranch, there's one around the corner from you. All 4 stores now open on Saturday. FirstTireandAuto.com.
Be sure to check out First Tire and Automotive's great March specials before you go off on your spring adventures, and they have tremendous specials. You can get $50 off a set of 4 tires. There's a lot more great opportunities to save money than that. So check out their website, FirstTireandAuto.com, and they have 4 great locations on Eldridge Road in Sugar Land, Greatwood, First Colony, and Katy Cinco Ranch. So we never got a chance to give you the defensive positioning for both teams, and we'll go ahead and tell you who's out there for Westside. You already know that Gibson is pitching. Gabriel Rodriguez is the catcher. Cooper Langford at first base. Cade Langford at second base. Hector Rodriguez at short. Murillo at third base, Smith in left field, Fisk in center, and Mobley in right. And here's the pitch by Gibson. Strike on the outside corner as he delivers to Blake Watts. Watts good at stealing bases. See if he can get on here as that pitch is in the dirt. Ball 1, evening the count. Watts was 2 for 2 and a big win over Morton Ranch 1 week ago today. Next pitch to him. Swung on and missed, and he wanted to hold up but could not. It was too low. So he steps out of the box, adjusts the gloves, and back in there. Here comes Gibson's 1-2. Curveball, got him swinging. Second strikeout for Cody Gibson.
Number 10, Bryson
Actually,
Williams.
it's the third. Sorry about that, Cody. Now it's Bryson Williams, the DH. Powerful righty hitter. Looks at a pitch outside for ball 1. Bryson Williams has a pair of doubles in the month of March. The month of March. I'm hungry now that I think about it. The 1-0 pitch. Right center field. Going to drop underneath the right fielder. Mobley and's going to roll near the wall. And Williams is turning second. He's not letting up at all. He's going to go for third. And that'll be a triple for Bryson Williams. So, until now, Naquan Benjamin had been the only Bulldog to get a triple in the month of March, and now Bryson Williams says, hey, you got company, pal. One away and a runner at third, and the Bulldogs with a good chance to get the first run on the board here in this tournament game against the Westside Wolves.
Go, Gibby!
By the way, tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, we'll have a softball showdown between the Ridgepoint girls and George Ranch, the newcomers to District 26A. Gibson comes set, brings the pitch, and it's on the outside corner for a strike to Eros De Siga. Gibson continues to go from the stretch with a runner at third. That's Bryson Williams. Here's the pitch. De Siga goes the other way with a ground ball, but it's wide of first, and it goes into foul territory. Now, who draws the black bean? Who gets sent out of the Westside dugout to go and fetch the foul ball? That's Philip Weber. Good job, Philip. We like to mention as many names in the broadcast as we can. The 0-2 pitch to De Siga. Swing and a miss at a curveball, foul tip into the mitt of the catcher, Gabriel Rodriguez, and there are two away.
Center fielder, number 24, Ryan Branch.
Now, Ryan Branch. You know, Ryan's got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We've got a scoreless game, and he's up to bat. Gibson brings the first pitch. Curveball, he lays off, and it's outside for ball one. So our best wishes to Dr. Rizvan Kadri, the outgoing principal of Austin High School. I met him when he was the principal of Garcia Middle School, when my oldest son was attending there. Here's the 1-0, outside. And Gibson has been staying ahead of hitters here in the early going, but for the first time, he's got a 2-0 count. Ryan Branch trying to get Bryson Williams home from third with 2 away in a scoreless game. Check swing, it's in the dirt. No, I guess he went around. And the count 2-1. Over at that softball game, the girls from both dugouts were making plenty of noise. But, you know, the guys don't sing. Here's the 2-1. That's high, 3-1. By the way, I went to Abilene Christian, and way back in, I guess, the 50s. Of course, I was not a worried look on my mother's face yet, but they had a championship football team, and what they did when they weren't playing football is they would sing. They were called the Singing Christians. 3-1 pitch, a breaking ball right in the middle of the plate. It had a big break on it, and Branch actually kind of ducked, kind of like Willie Horton back in the 1968 World Series. 3-2 with 2 outs. Ryan Branch trying to come through and get the first RBI of the ball game. Here it comes, and that's over his head. Just missed his head, actually, and he gets a walk.
First baseman, number 23, Mark Sherman.
First walk issued by Gibson. And we have runners at first and third. And now Mark Sherman, the first baseman. Wouldn't it be cool if he went into the military and he became a general? General Sherman. He has a double during the month of March. Another one of those would be great. Gibson comes set. Here's the pitch. First pitch swinging, fouled back and to the right. Into the construction zone. And that's really what Austin High School is, or at least it seems like half of it is just one big construction zone. 0-1 on Sherman. Here's the pitch to Mark. No, I spoke too soon because it was the Shakespeare move. Gibson making the sound and fury signifying nothing move, where he looks at third, looks over at first, doesn't throw the ball, and that's 8 seconds of our lives that we'll never get back. And there's a throw over to first, and diving back in easily is Ryan Branch. By the way, I noticed that some of the dogs are wearing the old school stirrup socks. Those were always so uncomfortable. I don't know why anybody wears them anymore. Breaking ball is high, and the count even 1-1 on Mark Sherman. You know, the thing is, though, that the sock companies now make these socks where they don't actually have stirrups. They just color them that way, and then you don't have to worry about them slipping and stuff. Here's the 1-1. Outside, There goes Branch. The throw down will not get him. He's safe at second, and no move by the runner Bryson Williams at third. He's still there. The stolen base by Branch. That was a pretty good throw there by Gabriel Rodriguez. By the way, it's kind of interesting. I don't know that anybody on the Westside team, by the way, they have called time. They're having a little mound conference. But I don't know that anybody on the Westside team has a nickname Pudge, although now that I think about it, their head coach Mike Barrow might qualify. But anyway, so you got Ivan Rodriguez, the Hall of Fame catcher, and their catcher is Gabriel Rodriguez. And they also have a guy in center field, last name Fisk. And Carlton Fisk, the original Pudge, was probably, well, he's a great catcher and a Hall of Famer in his own right. A lot of Westside Wolves fans arriving late. No doubt they were at a study hall or something. This is a long mound conference. I don't know if they're discussing what to get somebody as a wedding gift or what, but now it finally breaks up. Evidently the home plate umpire is no better at getting young people to stop talking than I am in the classroom. Meanwhile, 2-1 is the count on Mark Sherman, who's trying to break this scoreless tie. The righty hitter digs in. Gibson wiggling the fingers. Looks in at his catcher, Gabriel Rodriguez, not known as Pudge. And here comes the 2-1. And it's a high fly ball to left field. Smith giving chase near the line, across the line, into the ample foul territory, and he overruns it. And it falls harmlessly to the grass. So that means that Mark Sherman gets another shot. You really do have incredibly big foul territory here at Austin. I mean, it's Oakland Coliseum big, but it's not rounded. Basically, the fence goes parallel to the foul line all the way back, and I think that's at least 20 yards from foul line to fence on both sides. Now the 2-2 pitch. Sherman is ready, looks at a curveball, and it's outside to make it 3-2. Bryson Williams at third. He had a triple with one out. Ryan Branch walked and stole second. So two runners in scoring position. And Sherman ready, trying to make the most of this opportunity. Gibson comes set, looks back at second, now comes home with it. Breaking ball, called strike three, and that'll do it for the Dogs in inning number 2. Still scoreless on VypeFortBend.com. We've got Westside, we've got Austin, we've got you, and we'll be back.
From the Three Musketeers to the tricycle, you've experienced the power of 3, but never like this. Because now with Xfinity Internet, you can also save on wireless and streaming. Get internet that's packed with power and up to $300 in savings with Xfinity Mobile. Plus, stream your favorites with the Flex 4K box and Peacock Premium, included at no extra cost. It's 3 ways to get more and save more, starting with Xfinity Internet. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement and add a free Flex 4K streaming box. Plus, save hundreds a year on your wireless bill when you add Xfinity Mobile. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 3/31/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Wireless savings compares to averages of top providers. Xfinity Internet required. Peacock membership required.
We take care of you so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max. Taking care of business.
We want to thank the team at Office Depot, Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace in Sugar Land. They've been helping us take care of business every day as we bring you Fort Bend County sports every week, and what a year it's been. We have already brought you
Jacob Murillo.
92 game broadcasts, or in the case of volleyball, match broadcasts. That's right. We're pushing 100. And we're just now starting our baseball and softball coverage as Jacob Murillo leads off to start the top of the third. Here's the first pitch, and it tails away. Ball one from Ryan Dugas. Dugas rocks and fires. Just missed low, and I think Dugas wanted the call with good reason. By the way, they have renamed this ballpark Randy Ursery Field. It's wonderful, and I'm very proud for the grand old coach Randy Ursery and wish him and his wife well as they enjoy his retirement in Montana. The 2-0 pitch was a strike. Here comes the 2-1. And catching the outside corner at the knees, moving away from Murillo. Dugas rocks in, brings the next one. Swing and a miss. Down goes Murillo.
Left fielder.
And Ryan Dugas says, I am not drinking any freaking Murillo. And if you saw the movie Sideways, you know what I'm referencing. Peter Smith now stands in. Righty facing the lefty Dugas, and the first pitch is high and away for ball one. Dugas with a deep breath. The shoulders go down. Now he starts his motion. And that's a foul ball that goes over the first base dugout where the Wolves, well, I guess it's the Wolves' den right now. The Westside Wolves, their school is located on Briar Forest. There's a strike at the knees, right down the middle of the plate. And the count 1-2 on Smith. Dugas brings it. And the pitch down and away, and Smith not chasing. By the way, I guess Ryan could write some books and he'd be Dugas. Here's the 2-2. Just missed outside, and the count goes full. One out, bases empty for Westside as the Wolves bat in the top of the third. Scoreless game between the Wolves and your Austin Bulldogs. And there's a ball down low, and there's a walk. And that is the first walk issued by Ryan Dugas. We'll see if Peter Smith might want to steal a base. And now back to the top of the order, Hector Rodriguez. Westside run ruled the Humboldt Wildcats on this very field in the tournament game prior to this one. Dugas brings it. Down and in for a ball on Hector Rodriguez, who got a base hit to start the ball game. Stole second, but that's as far as he got. Why am I thinking of Meatloaf and the song Paradise by the Dashboard Light right now? I don't know. Here's the 1-0. Swung on and missed. Looked like Hector was trying to go deep into the forest here in peaceful, bucolic Pheasant Creek. But it was not to be. You got it, Hector! 1-1 the count. Dugas comes set. Brings it. Breaking ball. Caught the outside corner for strike two. 1-2. By the way, Bulldog fans, we're going to be bringing you broadcasts on March 19th. And there is a hard smash towards shortstop on one hop to Benjamin. Throws to second for one. On to first for the double play. 6-4-3 it goes, just like they imagined it as they were visualizing victory as they were sleeping last night. So we move on to the bottom of the third. Our score, 0-0 between Austin and Westside.
First Tire and Automotive has been putting your health and your car safety first for over 20 years. First Tire and Automotive stands for family, integrity, reliability, service, and trust. That's why Fort Bend families know take your vehicle to First Tire and Automotive first and forever. Check out the website for service and savings at firsttireandauto.com. Make your appointment today. With 4 great locations, Eldridge, First Colony, Greatwood, and now in Cinco Ranch, there is one around the corner from you. All 4 stores now open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
Will both be broadcast on VypeFortBend.com. So once again, thank you to Roger and VypeFortBend.com for supporting Fort Bend ISD athletics.
I have a new favorite PA announcer, and his name is Mark Sherman's dad. Thank you very much for promoting our broadcasts of Austin Bulldog baseball. They've got a couple of big ones coming up within the next 3 weeks. First of all, next week, the Ridge Point Panthers will visit the field here at peaceful bucolic Pheasant Creek, the newly named Randy Ursery Field. That'll be a critical District 26A ball game. And then a critical District 26A softball game as on April 1st. Yeah, no fooling. On April 1st, it'll be the Austin girls going down to the hard-scrabble streets of Siena to take on the Panthers. They're always co-favorites in District 26A. And now we begin the bottom of the third. To the top of the order we go. Nickwan Benjamin, who struck out his first time, looks at the first pitch in there for a curve strike. And here comes the 0-1 from Gibson. Outside, his catcher, Gabriel Rodriguez, trying to frame it. But Blue was having none of it. 1-1 pitch. There's a fly ball to right field. Mobley ranging over toward the line, dives, and couldn't hang on. It came out of his glove. It fell down in fair territory, and that'll be a double for Nickwan Benjamin.
The pitcher, Ryan Dugas.
So that means Benjamin has a double to go with his triple in the month of March. The Dogs have played 5 March games, and they've won 4 of their last 6 overall coming into this one. They have a record of 5-5, but during spring break, it is no rest. It gets serious, actually, for all of the baseball teams in District 26A as they will start their district schedule. Now, Ryan Dugas coming up there, squaring to bunt, but then a turnaround move. Gibson looks at second, doesn't throw that way. The wind is coming in from straightaway center, but it's not nearly as strong as it was while the sun was still out prior to this game. By the way, speaking of the sun being out, don't forget to set your clocks forward Saturday night. It's daylight savings time. Showing bunt and pulling the bat back, and a throw down to second almost got Nick Benjamin. Dived back in. I really like that throw by Gabriel Rodriguez. And Gabriel is not a real big guy like you'd expect a catcher to be. He's a junior. But he's got an arm, as Phil Rizzuto would say. That means got an arm. He's got an arm. And now there's a throw that goes into center field, but nicely backed up by Fisk, and no advancement from second to third by Nickwan Benjamin. Nick's getting filthy out there. Taking his lead, making sure that the shortstop Hector Rodriguez doesn't sneak in behind him. And another look back at second. And so you hear the Austin Bulldogs in the dugout screaming back just to make sure that Benjamin doesn't get picked off. Still a 1-0 count. Dugas tries to put down a bunt, but he fouls it back beyond that big circular artificial turf that says Bulldogs in big red letters. When it was first put there, those were red letters outlined in white, and now they're yellowish from all the dirt. Of many glorious seasons of Bulldog baseball. Here's the 1-1. Dugas again attempts the bunt, but he fouls it straight onto the plate, and it rolls back behind the dish. Based on the way he's looked trying to put down a bunt these last couple of pitches, I don't know that he's necessarily going to get the bunt sign again, but we'll see what head coach Jim Tucker does. Dugas crowding the plate from the left-handed box. Here comes I spoke too soon. We're still waiting for the 1-2 pitch. Gibson obviously is a night owl. Does not need to get home anytime soon. Looking in, wiggling those fingers. Now gets a grip on the ball and brings it. Swung on, and a tapper foul on the left side. I think that might have gotten a piece of Dugas before it rolled away to the left. By the way, we'll have the George Ranch girls and the Ridgepoint girls in softball tomorrow, 6 o'clock, 5:50 for the Batter Up show. Here's the 1-2. Dugas swings away, and it's a fly ball to left field. Smith moving over, makes the catch on the run, and a bluff move by Branch. He will stay at second. And there's one out.
Third baseman, Harrison Golden.
Now the Golden boy. Harrison Golden mans the hot corner for the Bulldogs. He had a foul pop-up his first time that Gibson himself came over and got. Gibson trying to get away unscathed after there's a runner in scoring position. It's Niquan Benjamin. I called him Branch a moment ago, sorry. Curveball just missed. I'm not sure where it was, but the count is 1-0. Let's
go, Gibby!
So Benjamin got the double down the right field line. Now he's at second. And just hoping to come home, as the legendary comedian George Carlin once said. And now a time is called, and Gabriel Rodriguez wants to go out there and talk to his man Gibson. And Hector Rodriguez comes in from shortstop, wants to get in on the conversation. So you got the Rodriguez brothers talking to Gibson. Meanwhile, Harrison Golden has had time to think about this 1-0 pitch. Stands tall in the box. Harrison ready. Started to go, held up. Throw down to second by Gabriel, and safe at second is Benjamin. Pretty close play as Cade Langford applied the tag. They have auxiliary I'm sorry. I'm out of practice. For some reason, I'm talking real fast doing basketball. I never make a mistake, but then when I'm talking a little slower in baseball, it's harder. As there's a strike at the knees to make it 2-1 on Harrison Golden. There are auxiliary bleachers on either side of the tall stands behind home plate here at Randy Ursery Field. I don't think I'm ever going to get tired of saying that. The 2-1 on its way. Golden takes, and just missing the outside corner was Gibson. He wanted the call, and you can kind of tell by the way he jerks his mitt taking the return throw that he thought that should have been called a strike. But that's the way the game is played, at least at the high school level. Here's the 3-1. Golden, excuse me, swing to the right of the mound. It's a roller, and Gibson picks it up, underhands it to Cooper Langford, gets the out at first, and Benjamin moves over to third.
Right fielder Logan Witt.
Score that out 1-3 for the second out. And so, with one out in the second inning, the Bulldogs got a runner to third. That was Bryson Williams. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was in the second. And now in the third with two outs, They get Benjamin to third, and it'll be up to Logan Witt, who struck out his first time. First pitch to him is a breaking ball, but down. Over the plate, but low. Hector Rodriguez and Cade Langford very carefully pinching in behind Gibson on those return throws. You don't want a cheap run. If you're Westside, you don't want to let Benjamin come home from third. Here's the second pitch. Nice cut, but it's fouled straight back into the cyclone fence. I might be the only one that still calls this a cyclone fence. I guess chain link is probably the more popular phrase. 1-1 the count. Logan Witt ready. Gibson delivers. And it's a slow roller to the right side. Cade Langford coming in and throws over to his brother Cooper, and that'll do it. So the Bulldogs still can't crack the scoreboard. Neither team has after 3 full innings. For the Bulldogs in that inning, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man was left on base. We'll continue here on VypeFortBend.com to the 4th inning. No score between Westside and Austin.
First Tire and Automotive has been putting your health and your car safety first for over 20 years. First Tire and Automotive stands for family, integrity, reliability, service, and trust. That's why Fort Bend families know take your vehicle to First Tire and Automotive first and forever. Check out the website for service and savings at firsttireandauto.com. Make your appointment today. With 4 great locations, Eldridge, First Colony, Greatwood, and now in Cinco Ranch, there's one around the corner from you. All 4 stores now open on Saturday. FirstTireandAuto.com.
Be sure to check out FirstTireandAuto.com or just go to one of the 4 great locations around Fort Bend County. We got locations on Eldridge Road in Sugar Land, First Colony, Greatwood, and Katy Cinco Ranch, and they have some great March specials. You can get an awesome deal on brake pad replacement, Castrol synthetic blend motor oil changes, either the synthetic blend or just the plain old really good synthetic, the good stuff. And you can get $50 off if you buy a set of 4 new tires. I just got a call from my son, and you know he's up in College Station, and
Westside,
they don't have a First Tire and Auto there,
fielder, Michael
he needs 4 new tires. Ouch. Time was when you could get a set of 4 tires for $100. Not true anymore. So here are the Westside Wolves in the 4th with Fisk, Gabriel Rodriguez, and Ike Rodriguez coming up against Ryan Dugas. First pitch, and it goes all the way to the screen. It's outside for a ball. It's not a wild pitch or anything, but somehow it just eluded the mitt of the catcher, DeSiga. 1-0. Dugas takes the big deep breath and brings it. That's low for a ball, and the count 2-0. Ryan has already exceeded the number of innings he was out there during his last outing. Pitching into the 4th right here. Well, I guess technically not until he gets somebody out. Then he will have gone 3 1/3. As he got a strike in there at the letters, the count is 2-1. Fisk ready for the next one. Dugas rocks and fires, and it's a hard smash toward short. Benjamin scoops it out, fires across. It is low, but a beautiful scoop at the other end. Mark Sherman saving the bacon of Benjamin. The throw was to his right, and it hit the dirt, and he just vacuumed it up.
Gabriel Rodriguez.
Great job by Mark Sherman, and I'm not just saying that because his dad, the PA announcer, says really nice stuff about VypeFortBend.com. 1 out, base is empty, and here is Gabriel Rodriguez. Looks at the first pitch, and it's ball 1. That was a sweet play there by Benjamin, and just as sweet at the other end by Mark Sherman. Off the end of the bat, fouled away by Gabriel Rodriguez. That evens the count 1-1. Double play really helped out Ryan Dugas in the previous inning. Here's the pitch, breaking ball, a Pathetic swing and a miss. 1-2. I say pathetic. It happens to everybody once in a while. The didn't mean to swing. Here's the 1-2. I shouldn't have said pathetic. I should have said weak. That would have been more appropriate. And now Gabriel takes a ball, and it's 2-2. Dugas nods at his catcher, DeSiga. Arrow sets up on the outside corner. Swing and a miss. Gets away from him a little bit. Throws down to Mark Sherman at first to complete the putout. And another strikeout for Dugas, and there are 2 away.
Designated
now
hitter,
we'll see Ike Rodriguez.
Rodriguez.
4 strikeouts for Ryan Dugas. That's what you like. Base is empty with 2 outs. Tries to buy a call on the outside corner on the first pitch to Ike Rodriguez, but he doesn't get that call, and it's 1-0. Ryan rocks and brings it. There, he got the outside corner. 1-1. I said 0-1 because somebody up there operating the scoreboard needs to be a little quicker with a finger. 2-1 the count as the third pitch is downstairs in the dirt. Ike Rodriguez batting for the right fielder Trace Mobley. Here's the pitch. High fly ball to center field, and that's sending Ryan Branch way back, but he flags it down. About 40 feet to the left of the flagpole in straightaway center. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Dugas, and we'll continue on to the bottom of the 4th. No score between the Dogs and the Wolves, and we'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
From the Three Musketeers to the tricycle, you've experienced the power of 3, but never like this. Because now with Xfinity Internet, you can also save on wireless and streaming. Get internet that's packed with power and up to $300 in savings with Xfinity Mobile. Plus, stream your favorites with a Flex 4K box and Peacock Premium, included at no extra cost. It's 3 ways to get more and save more, starting with Xfinity Internet. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement and add a free Flex 4K streaming box. Plus, save hundreds a year on your wireless bill when you add Xfinity Mobile. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 3/31/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Wireless savings compares to averages of top providers. Xfinity Internet required. Peacock membership required.
We take care of you, so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max. Taking care of business.
We want to thank the team at Office Depot, Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace in Sugar Land, for helping us take care of business all year long as we bring you Fort Bend County sports every single week. All right, Blake Watts to lead off for the Dogs here in the bottom of the 4th. First pitch to him is a strike. Tailing fastball from Gibson. Watts to be followed by Bryson Williams and Eros DeSiga. Second pitch to Watts is also a call strike. Blake struck out to lead off the second inning. And he's down 0-2 here. Gibson rocks and fires way outside. I think Blake should have a nickname, and Slick would be good. Slick Watts. He was a former NBA star. The 1-2 pitch, check swing. He laid off, and it was just outside. The count even 2-2. But I'll tell you what, Gibson thinks it was strike 3. And he takes a little walk around the back of the mound. Here it comes. Breaking ball, little soft liner over shortstop, and it's a base hit into short left center field. Blake Watts with a single to lead off the fourth. Hector Rodriguez did everything he could. He really skied up there, reaching for it, timed the leap perfectly. But I think it cleared his glove by about a foot. And now Bryson Williams. He had a triple when he came up in the second. But unfortunately, the Dogs were not able to get him home. We'll see if Blake Watts, who's pretty good at stealing bases, will go for it. First pitch is high, throw down to first, and he dives back in, he being Blake Watts. Watts has taken a pretty conservative lead over there, but he is held on by Cooper Langford. The 1-0 pitch to Bryson Williams is high, and Gibson upset with himself for getting behind in the count 2-0. By the way, it's amazing how you can use one phrase or another in a certain context, and it means something completely different. I'll explain. 2-0 pitch to Williams is downstairs. It's 3-0. The ball gets away from Gabriel Rodriguez for a moment, but he gathers it in, and Watts is still at first base. So as Watts takes his lead, sometimes an announcer will say Cooper Langford is holding him close at first base. Well, if it wasn't a baseball context, him holding another player close, well, it just doesn't sound right. The 3-0 pitch catches the outside corner, and it's now 3-1 on Bryson Williams. Looks down at Coach Tucker, who's going through the array of signs. Gibson gets his sign, takes one glance over there at Watts. Ready to bring the 3-1. Here it comes, and it's fouled straight back, and the count goes full. Nobody out for the Dogs in the bottom of the fourth. Scoreless with the Westside Wolves in the Fort Bend ISD tournament. Westside got a run rule win over Humble before this ball game. Gibson brings another one that's fouled straight back. They are playing Bryson Williams to hit it slightly the other way, especially in center field. Fisk is playing pretty shallow. And I don't know, more than you would think to the right of straightaway center. And there is ball 4. Breaking ball misses high. Blake Watts now advances to second. Two straight walks. No, I'm sorry. There's a base hit by Watts, and now it's a walk to Bryson Williams. Now Eros De Siga struck out in the second. And we have time called, and we got a mound visit. I don't know if we're going to have a pitching change. I don't believe that's Mike Barrow. I think that's one of his assistants. Perhaps Chris Joseph, and there's a very nice choice of music. I could watch the Pink Panther, and he would just crack me up. Let's crank this up. And they faded down. So will I. All right, so the mound conversation didn't last too long. Gibson is still out there. Bryson Williams still at first. Blake Watts still at second. And now it's up to De Siga. De Siga with the open stance from the right-handed box. Gibson comes set. His catcher Rodriguez sets up on the outside corner, but then he turns around and looks back at second base. All right, here we go. Gibson looks back at second, now comes home with it. The bunt is down, back to the mound. Gibson's going to go to third. He throws and safe. Everybody is safe. Blake Watt slides in feet first. He's at third. Williams moves over to second, and Eros DeSiga is safe at first.
Branch.
And we're going to have a courtesy runner for DeSiga because he's the catcher. Didn't get a chance to say something about names that are given to different kids, or in some cases pets. But it's Tyler Doe who is running for Eros DeSiga at first base. And, you know, it's kind of interesting to me. You have Tyler Doe, and on the Bulldogs basketball team, you had Ethan Toe. Two guys whose last names are 2 letters each. First pitch is high to Ryan Branch. Actually, it's a strike. Sorry about that. The bags are packed. They're full of Bulldogs. See if Ryan Branch can deliver here. He walked his first time. Looks at the second pitch, and it's upstairs for a ball. Branch wearing the red gloves. 1-1 the count. Moving the bat slowly behind his head. Gibson out of the stretch, brings it home. Curveball on the outside corner, beautifully located. Might have slightly missed the strike zone, but it was so well executed that the man in blue behind home plate just couldn't do anything but call it a strike, and it's 1-2. Infield at normal depth. There's a throw over to first base, and Cooper Langford was not even on the bag. I'm not sure that's what the Westside coaching staff wanted to happen, but no harm done. Still 1-2 on Branch. Gibson comes set, now brings it. Branch looks at another pitch that's high, and it's 2-2. We still have a little bit of wind, but it's calmed down considerably. Here's the 2-2 to Branch. Breaking ball, and it's in there for a called strike 3, and that's the first out of the inning. And I think Branch is moving away from home plate thinking, you know, there were pitches that were lower than that were called high during my plate appearance. But oh well, Mark Sherman has a chance to be the man to drive home the go-ahead run in this scoreless game. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Not Josh Gibson, that's the Hall of Fame baseball player. Gibson brings the first pitch, and it's swung on and missed on a curveball to Sherman. Cody Gibson has gone all the way for Westside. Looks over at first. The runner not being held over there. The 0-1 pitch, a slurve, a slow curve, swung on and missed. And it's 0-2 to Sherman. Steps out, takes a deep breath, and then gets back in there. Gibson nods his head. Now comes home. Swing and a miss at a pitch that was way outside. Gabriel Rodriguez tags Sherman. He goes back to the dugout. 2 straight strikeouts have gotten Gibson on the way to getting out of this little jam he's in. And now it's Nickwan Benjamin. Struck out his first time, but hit a double in the third. And you've got to deliver here. There were 3 Bulldogs on the base paths with nobody out, and now there are 2 outs, and they still don't have a run across. Benjamin ready. Swings at the first pitch. Curveball fouled off the newly constructed addition to the Austin High School building. Gibson will be really fired up if he can pitch out of this jam without giving up any runs. He looks over at first. No first baseman there. And there's a beautiful job by Gabriel Rodriguez, a pitch way outside. He slid over and stopped it. And if that had gone to the backstop, it would have been a run for sure. 1-1 the count now on Benjamin. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss, and that curveball is really the best friend of Cody Gibson right now. It's almost like watching Jesse Orozco pitch to Kevin Bass. But hopefully, Benjamin will be able to put it in play. Here comes the 1-2. Check swing, down and away for ball 2. And Gibson does not want to throw a ball here because then you get the full count with 2 outs and the bases loaded and the merry-go-round starts. Figuratively, of course. Rodriguez sets up on the outside corner. Here comes the pitch. It is outside. That is ball 3. The count has gone full, and the runners will start. Jim Tucker reminding his boys, everybody's got to be going. Benjamin bouncing up and down a little bit at the plate. Gibson comes set, and here, well, I started to say here comes the pitch, but I got to stop doing that because every time I do, he turns around and looks at a base and doesn't make a throw. All right. He did come set. Here's the pitch. Fouled straight back, and we'll do it all over again. A lot of encouragement coming out of the lungs of the Austin faithful. And the wind is basically stopped. Benjamin ready. Here comes the pitch. There go the runners. And it's lined into right field for a base hit. That'll score Watts. It'll score Williams. It's a 2-run single, and the Dogs are on the board. Clutch hit by Nickwan Benjamin with a full count and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th.
The pitcher, Ryan.
That's beautiful hitting, just going with the pitch. Cody Gibson almost got out of it. He had the bases loaded and nobody out. He struck out 2 batters. And he got to 2 strikes on Nickwan Benjamin, but Benjamin won the battle. He's at first base with a big smile on his face. Runners at the corners now as the runner for DeSiga, that's Toe. He's still over there. Doe, actually. Tyler Doe. As I mentioned earlier, the Bulldogs have a basketball player named Ethan Toe. 1-0 the count after that first pitch to Ryan Dugas. He could help himself out a little bit. Now he's got a 2-run lead to work with when he goes back to the mound. There's a chopper toward first base. High hopper to Cooper Langford. Easy play for him. And that will end the 4th inning, but the Dogs strike. They take a 2-0 lead. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
First Tire and Automotive has been putting your health and your car safety first for over 20 years. First Tire and Automotive stands for family, integrity, reliability, service, and trust. That's why Fort Bend families know take your vehicle to First Tire and Automotive first and forever. Check out the website for service and savings at firsttireandauto.com. Make your appointment today. With 4 great locations, Eldridge, First Colony, Greatwood, and now in Cinco Ranch, there is one around the corner from you. All 4 stores now open on Saturday. FirstTireandAuto.com.
You are the master of the multitask. And we mean everything. We take care of you so you can take care of business. Office Depot Office Max. Taking care of business.
We thank the team at Office Depot, Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace in Sugar Land for helping us take care of business all year long. We've been bringing you Fort Bend County sports every single week. As soon as they kind of lifted all the restrictions and started playing football and volleyball, we haven't stopped. 92 game broadcasts, and we're going to break 100. By the way, Cooper Langford is having a birthday today. How old is Cooper?
18.
He's 18. Well, if he's going to hear that little announcement, he's going to have to listen to this game on the podcast, which you can always do free on VypeFortBend.com. Swing and a miss by the 18-year-old Cooper Langford. In the count, 0-1, as Dugas continues to work for the Bulldogs. Here's the next pitch. Just missed, actually caught the inside corner. And it's 0-2. Cooper Langford hit to the first baseman unassisted his first time, and then he fights one off there and fouls it over by that nice little tree they have, which they have this construction fence to, keep people from stealing all the cinder blocks. By the way, there's a ground ball to first base, and Mark Sherman plays it unassisted. So the second time in the game, it is hitting to the first baseman unassisted for the first out of an inning by Cooper Langford. But his 18th birthday is not over. A lot can happen. Base is empty and one out for Cody Gibson. Curveball is the first pitch to him. First pitch swinging, high fly ball to Logan Witt in right field. Easy play for Logan. And 2 outs.
Second baseman, Cade Langford.
Dugas, by the way, has retired 6 straight Westside Wolves. And before the at-bat of young Cade Langford, I assume that's Cooper's brother, right? Young Cade Langford goes over to the third base box to talk to his head coach, Mike Barrow. By the way, I've been watching sporting events on CBS for a long time, and they have a great director or producer named Mark Barrow. I don't think there's any relation. I do think that Mark Barrow of CBS went to Abilene Christian. Mike Barrow stepping away from the third base box to talk to his good friend Jim Tucker in the Austin dugout. And the next pitch by Dugas is outside for ball 1 to Cade Langford, who grounded out to second base when he batted in the second. We're in the top of the 5th. There is a strike. 1-1 as Dugas works to Langford. And the next one, by the way, he's working very, very quickly, like he's got a bee inside his baseball cap. The count 2-1. And so Cade does the smart thing, steps out for a second. Now here comes the 2-1. Caught the inside corner, and the count is even 2-2. Next pitch is a high chopper coming on. The shortstop Benjamin scoops it, throws, got him! The head first slide is not in time to get there, and Benjamin's throw is in time. So, by the way, that's a 1-2-3 inning for Dugas. That is his third 1-2-3 inning, and in the third, well, he gave up a walk, but because of a double play, he only pitched to the minimum number of batters. So he has pitched to the minimum number of batters from the second inning all the way through the 5th. And we'll be back with the bottom of the 5th. Bulldogs leading it 2-0. We'll return. This is VypeFortBend.com.
From the Three Musketeers to the tricycle, you've experienced the power of 3, but never like this. Because now with Xfinity Internet, you can also save on wireless and streaming. Get internet that's packed with power and up to $300 in savings with Xfinity Mobile. Plus, stream your favorites with the Flex 4K box and Peacock Premium, included at no extra cost. It's 3 ways to get more and save more, starting with Xfinity Internet. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement and add a free Flex 4K streaming box. Plus, save hundreds a year on your wireless bill when you add Xfinity Mobile. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 3/31/21. Restrictions apply. New performance starter plus
First Tire and Automotive has been putting your health. First Tire and Automotive has been putting your health and your car safety first for over 20 years. First Tire and Automotive stands for family, integrity, reliability, service, and trust. That's why Fort Bend families know take your vehicle to First Tire and Automotive first and forever. Check out the website for service and savings at firsttireandauto.com. Make your appointment today. With 4 great locations, Eldridge, First Colony, Greatwood, and now in Cinco Ranch, there is one around the corner from you. All 4 stores now open on Saturday. firsttireandauto.com.
Welcome back. Well, we have a new pitcher for the Westside Wolves. It is junior Alex Fontenot, right-hander.
Your attention, please. Now batting. Scratch that bot. Now pitching for Westside, number 10, Alex Fontenot. Fontenot, the new pitcher for Westside. Leading off for the Dogs, number 11, third baseman Harrison Golden.
Now Harrison Golden will lead it off for your Bulldogs as they have a 2-0 edge here in the bottom of the 5th. Golden ready for the first pitch from the new pitcher Fontenot, and that one's high for ball 1. Fontenot nods at his catcher, Gabriel Rodriguez, brings the next one, and he caught the outside corner with a strike. Harrison Golden hit by a pitch in the first, grounded back to the pitcher Gibson in the third, and here he is leading off the 5th. Swing, and fouls it away. Here's the next pitch. And it's up and in. The 1-2 makes it a 2-2 count. Be with us tomorrow at 5:50 p.m. George Ranch and Ridgepoint. Softball. I have a feeling both of those teams are going to be in the UIL playoffs. Here's a pop-up, and it might hit me in the head. Here it comes. Yeah. Landed about 12 feet short of our broadcast table. I thought that was going to hit the aluminum, and I love that sound, by the way. Yeah, I love that sound when a baseball hits aluminum at a high school baseball game, and it was, at least 80 feet in the air. All right, here comes the 2-2 pitch to Golden. Bounced in, and the count goes full. Golden ready. And here's the pitch from Fontenot. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out the first batter he faces. So we can close the book on the starting pitcher Gibson, and we'll get those numbers when we get a chance. And the first pitch to Logan Witt is downstairs for a ball, 1-0. Witt 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out, and now Jim Tucker comes down from the third base box, and he wants the home plate umpire to ask the new pitcher Fontenot to tuck something in. He's got one of those gator masks, I guess, but It's a chain. Pretty good looking chain. He's got some bling out there, but he'll have to put the bling away until the game is over. All right. I knew it couldn't be the gator because I've seen guys pitch and they don't tell them to take the gator off. All right, the 1-0 pitch from Fontenot. Swing and a miss. Witt went fishing for a pitch that was low. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. Fontenot trying to get the second batter out that he's facing. Here comes the pitch. Swung on and missed, and he's got a pair of strikeouts. Now it'll be Blake Watts to try and get something going for the Dogs here in the bottom of the fifth, but they do have the 2-0 lead. And swing and a miss by Blake Watts on the first pitch he sees from Fontenot. He rocks and brings the 0-1. Slow curve that's high. One and one the count. Rodriguez sets up on the outside corner, and his pitch is even farther outside than the target. That's a ball. 2-1. And there's a pitch swung on and missed. Count now 2-2. Dogs want to go up there and make the most of their at-bats. You don't want to just say, hey, we got a 2-run lead. Now, Dugas is pitching brilliantly. Swung on and missed, and that'll do it for inning number 5. 3 straight strikeouts for Fontenot as he comes out of the bullpen, and he's carving people up. And we'll go to the 6th. Dogs still have the lead, 2-0. This is VypeFortBend.com.
From the Three Musketeers to the tricycle, you've experienced the power of 3, but never like this. Because now with Xfinity Internet, you can also save on wireless and streaming. Get internet that's packed with power and up to $300 in savings with Xfinity Mobile. Plus, stream your favorites with a Flex 4K box and Peacock Premium, included at no extra cost. It's 3 ways to get more and save more, starting with Xfinity Internet. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement and add a free Flex 4K streaming box. Plus, save hundreds a year on your wireless bill when you add Xfinity Mobile. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 3/31/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Wireless savings compares to averages of top providers. Xfinity Internet required. Peacock membership required.
What's your favorite high school sports memory? A late inning rally? A game-winning shot? A photo finish? Maybe it's a pep rally or a pregame ritual. Maybe it's the euphoria of a late-night bus ride home after a hard-fought win. Maybe it's having pizza with teammates after the game. Now, imagine if it never happened at all. School sports need your help. With budgets getting tighter, it's more than the games that are on the line. It's all the traditions, the community pride, the culture of your hometown high school. Plus, all those memories that are on the line, too. What can you do? It's simple. Buy a ticket when you can. Go to a game. Take the whole family. Let's do everything we can to keep those cherished school sports memories alive.
This message presented by the Texas University Interscholastic League and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
As we move to the top of the 6th, it'll be Leo Boss. Yeah, B-O-S-S Boss. And he is pinch hitting for Murillo. And the first pitch to him is a strike from Ryan Dugas, who is pitching a gem tonight. And he brings the second one. And it's fouled back to the screen, so Boss is down 0-2. Right-handed batter, Boss, with no gloves on his hand. 0-2 pitch, and he fights it off, and that is on the tennis courts. Finally, we had a ball reach the tennis courts. And swung on and missed, and down goes Boss, and Dugas is just killing it. One away in the sixth, and Peter Smith is due. That is who will bat.
Peter Smith.
And the first pitch to Smith is a ball high, evidently. Just one hit for Westside as they trail 2-0. And the second pitch to Peter Smith is also high. Dugas waiting patiently. Smith is back in there. Here's the 2-0. And that's high, 3-0. Only one walk by Dugas so far, but he's down 3-0 to Peter Smith, the number 9 hitter. And that one's right down Pheasant Creek Boulevard for strike one. Be with us tomorrow at 5:50. It's softball, Ridge Point, and George Ranch. The 3-1 pitch is down and in for ball 4, and the second walk administered by Ryan Dugas.
Shortstop.
And a runner on to start the sixth for the visiting Westside Wolves. Not to start the sixth, I'm sorry. We had the pinch hitter, Boss, who struck out. So there's one out, and now we've got a runner at first with a walk, Peter Smith. And now a wild pitch on the first pitch of the at-bat to Hector Rodriguez. It goes to the screen, and that allows Peter Smith to hurry on over to second base. So you have the tying run at the plate and a runner in scoring position for Hector Rodriguez. Dugas with a long look in. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Hector Rodriguez. On its way. High for ball 2. Ryan Dugas tonight in 5 1/3 innings. He's thrown 70 pitches. 64% of them for strikes. Only given up the one hit. 5 strikeouts and 2 walks. Dugas comes set. Looks back at the runner, Peter Smith. Now brings it to Hector Rodriguez. Hot smash past third base. Harrison Golden couldn't backhand it, and they will hold the runner, Peter Smith, at third base as the throw gets back in from left fielder Matthew McGoldrick. But Westside now has the tying run at first base, and the go-ahead run coming to the plate in the person of Michael Fisk.
Michael Fisk.
So that'll be a single. Really good contact by Hector Rodriguez. And it was one of those hot smashes that just kind of eats up a third baseman unless he's a Hall of Famer. So we've got a mound conference. Jim Tucker is out there to talk to Ryan Dugas. I don't imagine that he would be wanting to make a change at this point. You know, sometimes I think the major league managers could learn from the high school head coaches. Sometimes you see those major league managers, and they will pull a pitcher out of the game who's just doing fine. Sometimes you just got to leave it alone. I think the best example of someone doing that the right way was Bruce Bochy of the San Francisco Giants when they beat the Royals in the World Series, and he had Madison Bumgardner out there. I don't know, he'd thrown about 37 innings, but he was still throwing good, so he left him out there. And the Giants won the 3rd World Series in a span of 5 years. Okay, back to action. Pitch way outside to Michael Fisk. Dugas taking a deep breath. His control has just been so good all the way through that first strikeout of this inning, and then it started to elude him a bit. 1-0 the count on Fisk. Runners at the corners in a 2-0 game. Dugas brings it, and that's in there for a strike. I think you might have heard the umpire call that one. Thus far, well, hold on a second. 1-1 the count, and a quick snap throw over to Sherman to try and get Hector Rodriguez, but he's back. So for the Dogs, 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors. Westside, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, but they have something cooking here in the 6th. Here goes the runner down to second as a pitch is high for a ball, and they throw him out at second base. And you know what? They may argue that Rodriguez was not out, but he did stumble over the bag, and so they could have easily just tagged him after that happened anyway. I'm not really sure why he didn't slide, but that's the second out. Caught stealing, goes 3-4 as DeSiga threw down to Watts. Still a runner at third, and that's Peter Smith. Next pitch to Michael Fisk will be the 2-1. Here it comes. Just outside, and it's 3-1. Fans encouraging Ryan Dugas to try and wriggle off the hook here in the top of the 6th. And there's a pop-up behind home plate. Here it comes, and it just gets out of play. Well, it stays in play, but it hits the fence. And so the catcher, DeSiga, had no opportunity to catch that foul pop-up. So the count is 3-2 with 2 outs. Tying run at the plate. Michael Fisk, full count. Dugas comes set, and it's a hot smash to second base, backhanded nicely by Watts. Throws, but his throw is late. He didn't catch it cleanly. He had to bend down and pick it up, and the run scores as Peter Smith comes home. And I think we're going to have to say that's an error, not so much on catching the ball,
the catcher,
because he caught it cleanly,
Rodriguez.
But before he reached in with the throwing hand to grab the ball, it fell back down, and that was just enough time for Michael Fisk to beat it out. So we'll call that an E4. And that's going to do it for Ryan Dugas. What a night he had on the mound. We won't give you his stats because we can't close the book on him just yet. Not really fair because it was because of an error, but Michael Fisk is his responsibility. So we've got a new pitcher for the Austin Bulldogs. You want to know who he is? I'll tell you who he is. He's Tyler Doe, the sophomore right-hander. And we'll tell you a little something about Tyler Doe when we return here on VypeFortBend.com.
Are you ready?
Ready for anything. For what life throws at you, at your kids.
Are they ready to study, research, write papers?
To do all the amazing things they don't even know they're capable of yet.
Internet Essentials from Comcast brings affordable, high-speed internet to your home for only $9.95 a month. Now available to low-income households eligible for public assistance programs like Medicaid, the National School Lunch Program, SNAP, housing assistance, and others. Visit InternetEssentials.com to apply. No credit check, contract, or installation fee. Taxes, extra restrictions apply.
Tyler Doe on the mound taking his warm-up tosses for the Dogs. And what has he done lately? What has he done for the Dogs lately? Ooh, yeah. Okay, well, Saturday against Huntsville in an 8-3 win for the Bulldogs. He came in and pitched 1 inning through 11 pitches, No hits, no walks, 1 strikeout, and finishing off that 8-3 victory over the Huntsville Hornets. And then on Thursday of last week against Morton Ranch, he pitched 5 innings in an 11-0 laugher over the Morton Ranch Mavericks. In that game, in the 5 innings, Tyler Doe allowed 3 hits,
changes for the Bulldogs.
had a strikeout.
Pitcher to left field.
Hold on a second. Oh, yeah, he threw a shutout, 4 strikeouts, and walked 1 man. Nobody,
9,
actually.
Tyler
Boy, I
Doe.
butchered that. So, to sum up, and this time say it correctly, in the Thursday game last week against Morton Ranch, which the Bulldogs won 11-0, Tyler Doe pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 hits, no runs allowed, 4 strikeouts, and no walks. Okay. So that all makes sense now. By the way, I would love to bring you more softball and baseball tomorrow, but I'm going to San Antonio. I'm going to watch some high school basketball in the Alamo Dome. All right, this game has tightened up. Just like Archie Bell and the Drells from Houston, Texas. Ike Rodriguez is up, and it's a 2-1 game, and Tyler Doe's first pitch is low, over the plate but low. By the way, it's very tough to keep uniforms clean as the season wears on. Here's the 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike, 1-1. I said Ike Rodriguez is actually Gabriel Rodriguez. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Tyler Doe throwing BBs. The little sophomore, making like Ron Guidry. Throw over to first base, and back in is Fisk. Gabriel Rodriguez, by the way, flied out to left field, struck out in the 4th. Facing a right-hander for the first time in this game. Doe comes set, brings it home, swung on and missed, and Doe gets the Dogs out of the jam. They escape this top of the 6th with a lead still intact. 2-1, however, it's Westside pushing a run across. 1 run. And here we go with the Bulldogs trying to add some insurance runs.
Leading off for the Dogs, designated hitter, Bryson Williams.
I'm looking across the defensive lineup for Westside, and they do have one change. Cody Gibson is now playing first base, and Cooper Langford may be out celebrating his birthday somewhere. No, he's probably on the bench. Here's the first pitch, and it's high and just over the head of Bryson Williams, who is 1 for 1 with a triple, and he also had a walk in the fourth. Fontenot, Roxanne brings it home. Strike right down the middle. Again, our best wishes to Dr. Rizvan Kadri, the outgoing principal of the Austin High School, and he was given a nice goodbye in a parade on campus. That pitch way high, but Bryson chases it, swings and misses, and it's 1-2. I just realized I made a grievous mistake. As there's a pop-up into foul ground, it'll get out of play, and it'll hit aluminum. How about that? Okay, so I made a wisecrack about Cooper Langford leaving the game to celebrate his birthday. Actually, he's in right field now. He moved from first base to right field, and Cody Gibson now playing first base. The 1-2 to Williams. Yeah, that's right. He swings and misses, but it gets past Gabriel Rodriguez all the way to the screen, and that's a free base runner. So it's a dropped third strike. So in my scorebook, I put D3K. And so Bryson Williams is at first. They haven't been able to get him out all night long. Eros DeSiga standing in. Fontenot delivers, and bunt shown but not offered. Throw down to first, and Williams dives back in. It's a face full of dirt. I didn't keep track of what DeSiga did when he came up in the fourth, but he did get on. There's a throw over to first base, and Williams dives back in. Fontenot's got a pretty good move for a right-hander, trying to pick someone off at first. Fontenot adjusts the cap, peers in at his catcher, Gabriel Rodriguez. DeSiga squares to bunt again, pulls the bat back, and it's high for ball two. DeSiga looks down at Jim Tucker in the third base coaching box. Fontenot comes set, comes home, and it's a ground ball toward first base, but it's wide of the bag foul. For some reason, Gibson looks taller playing first base than he did when he was on the mound, which makes no sense, you know. Standing on a mound, you should look even taller. Now he's moving away from the bag, so he's not holding Bryson Williams on. But they throw over anyway, and Bryson has to dive back in. And now I'm very, very careful not to use the term holding him close. It just sounds awkward over there at first base. And now Gibson is back on the bag. We await the 2-1 pitch. Here it comes. DeSiga, did he go after it? Yes, he did. He offered at the pitch that was way outside the strike zone. So it's now 2-2, and we'll see if Coach Tucker will keep the bunt on. You really have to trust your player if you have him bunt with 2 strikes. Here comes that 2-2. He swings away. Slow roller to short. Picked up by Hector, and he drops the ball. Everybody is safe. He's tapping himself on the chest because he just didn't secure the ball before he started running over to second. Call that an E6. Each team with 1 error now. And Bryson Williams slides into second. And Eros DeSiga, well, he's still out there, but I have a feeling that they're going to replace him with a courtesy runner because he's the catcher. And now we've got a timeout. And I guess we'll take it with them here on VypeFortBend.com. 2-1, Dogs. They're leading by 1, and they've got something going here with one out in the nobody out rather in the 7th. We'll be back.
From the Three Musketeers to the tricycle, you've experienced the power of 3, but never like this. Because now with Xfinity Internet, you can also save on wireless and streaming. Get internet that's packed with power and up to $300 in savings with Xfinity Mobile. Plus, stream your favorites with the Flex 4K box and Peacock Premium, included at no extra cost. It's 3 ways to get more and save more, starting with Xfinity Internet. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement and add a free Flex 4K streaming box. Plus, save hundreds a year on your wireless bill when you add Xfinity Mobile. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 3/31/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Wireless savings compares to averages of top providers. Xfinity Internet required. Peacock membership required.
Well, the Mound Conference is over, and Fontenot remains the pitcher for the Westside Wolves, who trail 2-1. There are runners at first and second with nobody out. And now it's Ryan Branch standing in, facing Fontenot for the first time. Fontenot looks back at second, now home, second. Now he looks back at second, turns that way but doesn't throw. I've got to name that move. You know, when they look at third, fake a throw to first, I call that the Shakespeare move, sound and fury signifying nothing. There's got to be something about turning around and looking at second for no apparent reason. Fontenot looking back there, now brings it home. The bunt is down. Coming on to get it is Gibson, throws to first, and that's Cade Langford covering. And the sacrifice is good. Runners move to second and third with just one out. So the sacrifice bunt goes 3-4. The runner for DeSeeger, I didn't identify who that is. I think, still can't tell who it is. I think maybe it is DeSeeger running for himself. Maybe so. And by the way, Bryson Williams now is at third base. Here we go. High fly ball to left field. That is hit deep by Mark Sherman. It's near the fence. It is caught way, way out there. But it'll be a sacrifice fly, as coming on home from third base is Bryson Williams. Mark Sherman gives it a ride deep into the night and produces another run. So you got a sac bunt and a sac fly in the inning. Two away for the top of the order, Nickwan Benjamin. And now they had kept DeSeeger in there running for himself, but we finally get someone to run for him. And I can't quite see who it is. It might be Roshan Asmat. I think it is. I think it's Roshan Asmat. Coming in and running for DeSeeger, who's putting on the catcher's gear as we speak. Nickwan Benjamin trying to improve on a 3-1 lead. Fontenot comes set, brings the pitch home, and it's a little tapper to the left of the mound, the pitcher's left anyway. Scooped up by Fontenot, who goes halfway to first and underhands it. That gets the out. That gets Westside out of the inning, but the Dogs do strike for yet another run. We'll be back on VypeFortBend.com.
GetAGreatGig.com presents Gary Horn of HornSolutions.net on the most important factors in starting a business.
Number one, where will you get the necessary capital? 2, you will probably not make money for some period of time. Prepare a conservative model of expected cost and revenues. 3, are you willing to work long hours for no pay and make sure all employees are paid?
For more free career and job search advice, log on to GetAGreatGig.com.
Hello, I'm Gary Horn, CEO of Horn Solutions. Our team of experienced accounting, finance, and IT professionals have delivered solutions to Houston businesses for over 3 decades. Our project group provides services ranging from assisting with mergers, acquisitions, and integrations to interim staffing. Our executive search group provides full-time placements for accounting, finance, and IT positions. Let Horn Solutions help you meet the challenges your company faces. Visit hornsolutions.net.
Don't let your next lunch break be bland and boring. Spice it up with Whataburger's newest creation, the Spicy Chicken Sandwich. A perfect punch of crispy chicken that's spicy from within. Paired with fresh veggies and tangy pickles, it's the ideal meal for giving your routine a kick. But it's only here for a limited time. Make your way to Whataburger and try it today. I think I'm actually going to get one on the way home tonight. I didn't get one on the way home from the softball game last night. So here we go with Ike Rodriguez ready to lead off for Westside here in the top of the 7th. This is it for them. They've got to get at least 2 runs to be followed by Cooper Langford and Cody Gibson. So Ryan Dugas had an excellent outing, and I'm going to give you his numbers here momentarily. It is Doe who's taken over for him, and the first pitch to Ike Rodriguez is a strike on the inside corner. So for Ryan Dugas, 5 2/3 innings pitched. He threw 84 pitches, 60% of them for strikes. 2 hits, 1 run allowed. It was not earned, 5 strikeouts and 2 walks. And the second pitch by Doe is in there for a strike. It's 0-2 on Ike Rodriguez. Tyler pitches from the stretch, even with the bases empty, and that ball is high in the air, foul to the right. And it's on the roof of the old part of the school. So 1 week from tonight, I guess, as the pitch goes outside for a ball. Let's see, this is actually it's 1 week from tomorrow night. We will have these Bulldogs taking on Ridgepoint right here at Randy Ursery Field. 1-2 the count to Ike Rodriguez, and that's a called strike 3, and Tyler Doe is dealing. Wow, how about that, Doe?
Cooper Langford.
3 strikeouts already. Two, actually. Sorry about that. 1 out for Cooper Langford. Doe brings him a curveball to start off the plate appearance, and it's outside, ball 1. Cooper Langford has grounded out to first base, unassisted, 2 times. Doe comes set. DeSiga sets up on the outside corner, and the pitch downstairs for a ball. Dugas is now playing left field. Two 2-0 the count on Langford. Here it comes. Right down the middle for a strike, 2-1. Very pleasant evening here in peaceful bucolic Pheasant Creek. The 2-1 on the way. Bounces in, 3-1. And they're just going to use that same baseball, which is so refreshing. You know, you have any ball that ever seems to touch the dirt, they take it out of play in a major league game. But that one ricocheted over to the on-deck circle. And Gibson just gave it back to DeSiga, who gave it back to Doe, who's about to throw it for the 3-1 pitch. Inside, ball 4. So Westside with 1 out in their final at bat, trailing by 2, brings the tying run to the plate in the person of Cody Gibson.
First baseman, Cody Gibson.
Yeah, Cody.
I remember when Regis Philbin used to make fun of Kathy Lee's son, Cody, just because he thought it was a silly name. But, you know, he would be very much in the minority. I mean, a lot of people name their boys Cody. How about Cody Carlson, quarterback for Baylor and the Houston Oilers, Commander Cody? And there was that musical artist, Commander Cody, and the Lost Planet Airmen. Here's the first pitch to Cody Gibson, and it's on the outside corner for a strike. Tyler Doe trying to close out a win. It's 3-1. The Bulldogs on top, but 1 out and a runner at first base. That's a pinch runner. It's Plank. And there's a tapper. It's a foul ball. As Gibson hit the ball, it bounced up and hit him before he left the batter's box. So the count is 0-2. By the way, that runner down at first base is Plank. Plank. Brett Plank. He's a sophomore. Little mound conference, not involving any coaches at the moment. Jim Tucker came out to talk to the home plate umpire. His catcher and third baseman went out to talk to Doe. And now we're ready to get back to action. 0-2 the count to Cody Gibson. He's ready. Doe delivers. Downstairs, just missed the inside corner at the knees. Doe bends at the waist, massaging the baseball, has the grip he wants. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on and sprayed foul just past the dugout on the first base side. You know, it's just cool enough out here for me to be glad I wore a long sleeve sweatshirt. Gentle wind blowing in from center field. Here's the 1-2. And another foul ball back. Cade Langford waiting to bat next. Cody Gibson giving Doe a good battle. And now it's time to gather up all the baseballs, I guess. Doe loosening up, kind of moving his arms around like a swimmer, ready for the next pitch. He comes set. The 1-2 on the way. Gibson looks at a called strike 3, and he knew it. How about that Tyler Doe? He has the Dogs 1 out away from victory, and Cade Langford is the last hope for the Wolves.
Second baseman, Cade Langford.
All right, see if Tyler Doe can close this one out like he closed that game out when they beat Huntsville 8-3 last Saturday. The first pitch must have been high. 1-0 on Cade Langford, who is 0 for 2. 2 ground outs, 1 to second, and one of them to short. Doe delivers the 1-0. Strike on the inside corner. Langford, he could give his big brother a birthday gift with a hit right here, but he fouls one back. 1-2 the count, and the Wolves are down to their final strike. Tyler Doe trying to finish it off. 1-2 the count. Cade Langford digs in. There goes the runner. The pitch is high for a ball. Nobody covering second. It goes into center, and that means that Plank is going to go all the way from first to third. Now his run is important to the Wolves, but the one that really matters is Cade Langford. He's got to find some way to get on base. with that high pitch, the count 2-2. I'm not really sure why neither Benjamin nor Watts covered second base. I guess their reasoning was that that run really doesn't matter. The one that matters is Cade Langford. But here we go, 2-2 pitch on its way, and that is fouled, slicing over there by the batting cage beyond the first base dugout. Tyler Doe working hard here. He's thrown 23 pitches already. Another 2-2 on the way, and that's high, 3-2. Cade Langford would be happy to draw a walk and let Jacob Murillo come up. Doe looks in, gets his sign from DeSiga. Here comes the pitch. Down and away, ball 4. Runners at the corners with 2 outs, and here's Murillo. So the runner Cooper Langford is at third because he drew a walk, stole second base. Nobody covered second, so the throw went through into center field, and he advanced on to third. Cade Langford just drew the walk, and now it's Jacob Murillo, who has struck out twice, but he hasn't seen Tyler Doe yet. He wasn't able to do anything with Ryan Dugas. Let's turn this one up. We're not having actual thunder, but we do have the thunder song. All right, so they'll need to turn that off, or the home plate umpire will give the cut signal. Okay. Game hanging in the balance here. Top of the 7th inning, Dogs leading it by a score of 3-1, but Murillo at the plate, runners at the corners and 2 away. Tyler Doe comes set, brings the pitch, and it's high for a ball. Plank is the runner at third. Cade Langford the runner at first. Here comes the next pitch, and it's right down the middle for a strike, 1-1. Good chance that Murillo's been instructed by his coach Mike Barrow to take until he got a strike. The count is 1-1. Doe brings the next one down and in for a ball. 2-1. Dogs have out-hit Westside 4-2 and lead them 3-1. Doe delivers the 2-1. Swung on, it's a tapper back to Doe on one hop. Throws it over to first. Gets it to Sherman. That's the out. That's the ball game, and the Bulldogs survive a late uprising by the Westside Wolves and get the victory. We'll be back with the totals and wrap this one up when we return on VypeFortBend.com.
From the Three Musketeers to the tricycle, you've experienced the power of 3, but never like this. Because now with Xfinity Internet, you can also save on wireless and streaming. Get internet that's packed with power and up to $300 in savings with Xfinity Mobile. Plus, stream your favorites with a Flex 4K box and Peacock Premium, included at no extra cost. It's 3 ways to get more and save more, starting with Xfinity Internet. Can your internet do that?
Get started with Xfinity Internet for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year agreement and add a free Flex 4K streaming box. Plus, save hundreds a year on your wireless bill when you add Xfinity Mobile. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 3/31/21. Restrictions apply. New Performance Starter Plus customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After term, regular rates apply. Wireless savings compares to averages of top providers. Xfinity Internet required. Peacock membership required.
This VypeFortBend.com presentation of Fort Bend County High School Baseball has been brought to you tonight by Xfinity. With the X1 Sports app, get up-to-the-minute scores, stats, and standings right on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1. And by First Tire and Automotive. Make sure your vehicles are in shape for the spring. They've got great March specials at all 4 locations of First Tire and Automotive, First Colony, Greatwood, Katy Cinco Ranch, and on Eldridge Road in Sugar Land. All 4 of them open on Saturdays for the best prices on tires and all kinds of service for your car. Go to firsttireandauto.com. And we also want to thank the team at Office Depot in Sugar Land for their assist. Office Depot, Southwest Freeway at Williams Trace, helps our team at VypeFortBend.com take care of business every day as we bring you Fort Bend County sports every week. So for the Westside Wolves, they had 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, and they left 4 men on base. And for the Austin Bulldogs, 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 error, and also 4 runners left on base. The winning pitcher for your Dogs is Ryan Dugas, and the losing pitcher is Cody Gibson. And the time of the game was 2 hours and 10 minutes. The Dogs got 2 runs in the 4th inning and 1 more insurance run in the 6th after the Wolves had scored their only run in the top of the 6th. Nequan Benjamin, 2 for 4 tonight and scored a couple of runs. Blake Watts was 1 for 3. Bryson Williams 1 for 2. And talk about extra base hits. Nequan Benjamin with a double, Bryson Williams with a triple. So the Dogs do well, and they're going to continue with tournament play tomorrow, but we're going to go to the softball diamond, hitting the hardscrabble streets of Siena for the Ridgepoint girls taking on George Ranch in a very important 26A softball game. I think with George Ranch being added to the district, you have the triumvirate of dominant teams. There are 3 of them. That's what a triumvirate is, by the way. You got your Lady Bulldogs from Austin, the new kids in town, the George Ranch Longhorn girls, and, of course, Ridgepoint always is in the mix among contenders in District 26A. Well, we thank you for listening on this Thursday night. Our final score again, 3-1. The Austin Bulldogs beat Westside. So for everybody on the VypeFortBend.com team, we thank you for listening. And we also want to remind you that next Friday, 8 nights from now, we will be right here at Randy Ursery Field. I love saying that. And we will have the District 26A baseball game between the Ridgepoint Panthers and the Bulldogs. And later on April the 1st, it'll be a critical softball matchup as the Austin girls go to Ridgepoint for a big softball game. So good night, everybody. We will talk to you at 5:50 for the Batter Up Show preceding the softball game between George Ranch and Ridgepoint. Our final score one more time. Austin wins it 3-1 over the Westside Wolves. Good night, everybody, from peaceful, bucolic Pheasant Creek. And we'll listen to the Gator.